Well, it's June 10th, 2009, and I just received the Mini Bowl Gram Weenie kitchen set. It consists of a Foster's beer can, pot stand, lid, came in this nice little container, and two 4-ounce alcohol bottles. And what I want to do really, I also came with this mini atomic stove. I want to do a little experiment today. What I want to do is, this is my soda can alcohol stove that I made from scratch. I'm an amateur, it's probably my first shot at it. And I originally was going to take this out into the field June 14th when I go on my 5-day camping trip. As you can see, it's very rough around the edges. I'm actually pretty retarded when it came to these things, but whatever. I figured I'd buy a professional made stove and see how this kind of works against it. So I'm going to take these two stoves, I'm going to match them against 2 cups of water. I'm going to put them on my GI pot stand and my GI stove. See which one gets a faster boil time, which one burns longer on 1 ounce of fuel, and then later I want to see how fast the Gram Weenie kitchen set boils. My bet is this little bastard right here. You can tell it's almost half the size. Is probably gonna beat it in every aspect. For a primer pan, I used a relish cap. Kind of fits right inside there. Doesn't take up any room. Keeps it flat. So there you go. So let's get this puppy rolling. Let's wait for those 2 stoves to prime up. See the middle jets are starting to shoot out. So we're ready to go. Starting the timer now. I'm going to be off, only be off a few seconds. Alright. Both pots been on at 10 seconds in, so I'm going to take 10 seconds off the clock. So we're about 5.5 minutes in, and they're both pretty much at the same pace. So right now they're even, almost at a rolling boil. One main difference that I noticed, well, 2 actually. In the beginning, the Mini Atomic had a huge flame, whereas the my original crappy stove did not. But now when they're both cranking at full pace, it looks like my stove, as you can see, has the flame. It's really going up and over the cup, whereas the Mini Atomic has a really controlled flame, which actually is good. It's kind of what I was looking for. So we're almost at that point. So as soon as we get to that point, I'll let you guys know. At about 8 minutes, 5 seconds, the Mini Atomic has burnt out, and it failed to bring that cup of water 2 cups of water to a rolling boil. It's definitely hot, definitely can cook on it. My stove, on the other hand, is still burning. I'm pretty impressed with that, actually. So, 1 ounce of fuel for the mini atomic is about 8 minutes, whereas 1 ounce of fuel in my crappy stove is now shooting over 9 minutes. Well, at about 10 minutes, 20 seconds, my crappy stove burnt out. It also failed to bring 2 cups of cold water to a rolling boil, but water's hot enough to cook with and rehydrate food, same as the mini atomic. When it goes for burn time, I'm going to have to go with my crappy stove. When it comes to a controlled flame, I'm going to have to give it to the mini atomic. Now let's try Gram Weenie kit and see how long it takes to get 2 cups of cold water to boil. This time using a lid, which should decrease the amount of time it takes to bring it to a boil. Have a look at the way the flame burns on the mini atomic. Alright, I think she's ready. Place the Foster's beer can right on top. Set the timer. See if we bring this bad boy to a rolling boil. We're looking at exactly 7 minutes in. Almost a rolling boil. Like that would be considered a rolling boil. It's really cranking now. She's still going pretty strong. So, 7 minutes, cold water, 2 cups of water, and the Gram Weenie pot set made out of a Foster's can, the mini atomic. Woo! Fogged up the lens. That's a keeper. Oh yeah. Alright. As predicted, the Gram Weenie stove is kicking a lot of ass. The Gram Weenie pot set is kicking a lot of ass. Whereas the GI cup and the GI stove setup going at 11 minutes and still couldn't bring 2 cups of water to a rolling boil. It's just partial again because I did use the lid, but in any case, it's still pretty good. Alright, little update. This thing's still cranking at 11 minutes in. I guess the first time you fire this bad boy off, it went 8 minutes 5 seconds. We're now at almost 11 and a half minutes. So somehow the first test was slightly skewed. It looks like this mini atomic has won both categories. It's won the burn time, and it's also won the boil time with the Gram Weenie pot set. Pretty cool.